Hey, so I found some awesome Black Friday deals that I wanted to share with y'all. You'll have to forgive my voice, my kids got me sick. But yeah, I just wanted to quick share this for those of you looking to buy for yourself on Black Friday deals or wanted some gift recommendations for friends and family. These are all pretty sweet, so thought I'd get it out there so y'all can jump on it. Few quick caveats. I'm in the USA, so these are all going to be US prices on the US Amazon platform, but definitely still check if you're in other regions, as these are all games that would still be on sale potentially at a similar price, given that most of them are older games at this point and they're kind of prime for Amazon Black Friday sales. Huh. Nearly all these games I'm recommending because they're currently on sale on Amazon brand new for less than you would pay used for them on eBay. Now, I haven't played all these games directly myself, but I do know enough about every single one that I'm recommending to know that they're solid titles. But obviously, do your own independent research before spending your money to ensure that it's a good fit for you. Don't just take my word for it. First game on the list, 13 Sentinels Aegis Rim. This is considered to be one of the best stories in modern gaming. Some consider it one of the better stories in gaming in general. A masterclass Vanillaware title. It is kind of a mix of a 2D adventure game where you're really focused on characters and story, but also transitions to a tactical RPG battle system for a while with some mechs and sci-fi twist. Great game, currently on sale for about $37. If you do like digital, you can get it for $15 on the Nintendo Store right now. But obviously, that sweet physical copy, brand new, $37, which is very close to the used price on eBay. I do recommend picking this up if you're really hungry for a story-driven game or just really like Vanillaware titles. Next on the list, Aiden Chronicle 100 Heroes. This is a spiritual successor to the Suikoden games on the original PlayStation. It's got a pixely art style for the characters on 3D backdrops, turn-based RPG, kind of a retro feel. If you like the original Suikoden games, or you just are into the more retro remake-looking RPGs coming out these days, this is a good pickup. It's on sale for $40, down from its usual $60 right now, and that's pretty in line with what you'd find a used copy for on eBay. Though being a fairly new game, it is surprisingly hard to locate used copies on eBay from what I saw, so it's a good opportunity to pick it up for the used price, but brand new on Amazon. If you're into Dragon Quest, Pokemon, or just turn-based RPGs in general, definitely give Dragon Quest Monsters: The Dark Prince a look. It's on sale right now, $30, down from its usual $60. This is a turn-based RPG. It's set in the Dragon Quest universe, definitely has that art style, but the battle system is more akin to Pokemon, where you capture and train up monsters from that Dragon Quest universe to battle for you. An interesting twist on the formula. If you're into wholesome RPGs, or you like Dragon Quest, or are just itching for a good turn-based RPG to play, give this one a look. If you have any interest at all in this kind of retro-feeling HD 2D art style, you really need to give this game a try. This is the sequel to the game Octopath Traveler that basically started it all. This is Octopath Traveler 2, although it's fully standalone. And considered better than the original in basically every way. Right now it's on sale for $25. At that price, it's a steal, brand new. You definitely need to give this a try if you're looking for a solid and challenging turn-based RPG. 8 different characters, all with their own backstories. They merge as the story goes on. It's a hearty challenge, I'm told. But the visual style is fantastic. The gameplay is polished and refined. And those that love classic turn-based RPGs and this art style are going to be eating good with this game. Pick it up right now while it's on sale. Alright, this is a big one. We've arrived at what most would consider to be the best game on this list, and what many hail as the best JRPG ever made. Persona 5 Royal is on sale right now for $25 for a brand new physical copy. Feels like a steal at that price, and quite frankly is almost assuredly the best value for money on this list, given that a normal playthrough of this game spans over 100 hours. This game is considered to be a literal masterpiece, and at $25, it's my strongest recommendation of all the games you're going to find today. Alright, you'll have to forgive me here, I'm cheating a little bit, but piggybacking off of Persona 5, Persona 4 Golden is on sale digitally for $12 right now, and it's one of my absolute favorite games of all time, one of the best JRPGs I've ever played, and at $12 it's an unbelievable value. I put over 80 hours into the campaign in this game before I beat it. If you like a slow burn story with incredible story and characters, don't miss this one. Thank me later. Sticking to the theme of Atlas masterpieces here, Shin Megami Tensei 5 Vengeance is another game that most consider to be a 10 out of 10. This is the re-release of the original Shin Megami Tensei 5 game, which was already very good. This one has some quality of life updates, an updated story path, and just improves the traversal of the game and the overall experience quite a bit. To get the Steelbook for $25 brand new right now is crazy. If you want the original game, you don't care about the additional content or optimization, you can save a couple bucks, but I think that game is actually less used on eBay, so that's what I would recommend for that. Right now, that Vengeance story path is considered to be optimal and quite a bit better than the original, and at $25 is a steal. Definitely pick this one up if you want a brutally hard and admittedly quite dark and adult themed turn-based RPG. If you're looking to scratch that tactical itch, Vanillaware blessed us with an instant classic this year. Unicorn Overlord is a questionably named but masterfully designed tactical RPG in that coveted and beloved Vanillaware art style. There's a demo on the Nintendo Store right now you can download for free. It's a fairly generous one, so if you have some time, definitely check it out firsthand and play it yourself before you pull the trigger, but I definitely recommend it. I really like this one. It's definitely a great pickup for $30. Alright, I had to throw this one in here. Shadowverse Champions Battle is an absolute hidden gem in my opinion. Now, I'm a big fan of trading card games, so keep that in mind. If you're not, then you probably won't like this. But I was searching forever for a card battler on the Switch that was kind of akin to the card collecting component of Hearthstone or Magic the Gathering, and this is the closest thing I've found. The story and characters are cheesy, but for $20 on sale physical, I think this is a great one to try out. If you're into trading card games at all, look it up, educate yourself a little bit, but consider giving it a try. I had a ton of fun. If you happen to like Rune Factory games, you can actually get this game in a bundle with Rune Factory 5 for $40, which is a decent value proposition. Speaking of Rune Factory 4 Special is on sale for $18.99, though that is only marked down from its typical $30 price tag, still a good price for an RPG on the Switch. It's kind of an action RPG with some farming sim and dating sim elements, kind of a la Stardew Valley, but a bit more anime, if you will. I think most people think that Rune Factory 4 Special is the best game in the series, followed closely behind by Rune Factory 3 Special, which, hey, that's also on sale for $20. If this seems like it might be up your alley, pretty cheap asking price, you can get in. I would start with Rune Factory 4 Special based on what I've seen, and go from there. This next game is not a JRPG, and I also have to issue a strong warning. See, the Metal Gear Solid Collection on Switch, currently on sale for $19, is a bit of an abomination in terms of physical collecting. Konami, in their great wisdom, only released the older Metal Gear 2, and Snake's Revenge games on the cartridge, and all the Metal Gear Solid games, the ones on the cover that everyone bought it for, are all downloadable digitally. They're not on the cartridge. That's a pretty dirty move from them. But, that being said, I like this for two reasons. One, I get all these Metal Gear classics for $19 playable on the Switch. And two, having a Metal Gear Solid collection for the Switch on the shelf as a collector is pretty sweet as well. So I'm going to pick it up, but if you want it, do so at your own risk with these caveats in mind. Here's a pretty easy recommendation. Final Fantasy Pixel Remaster is probably the definitive way to play all 6 of the original Final Fantasy games all on a single cartridge. At $54.99, it is the most expensive game on today's list, but with the quality of life features they've added and the upgraded visuals, If you're into those types of retro games, this is definitely a solid pickup. Amazon's serving up another Final Fantasy discount here. This is the Final Fantasy X and X-2 HD Remaster. If you're nostalgic for these games, this one will hit you right in the feels. They've updated some of the visuals, and at $29, it's a pretty good pickup. You can get it slightly cheaper used on eBay, but to have the brand new copy is pretty nice. Sea of Stars is on sale for $24.88, and what a beautiful looking game it is. They were going for a modern day Chrono Trigger, and while I think they didn't quite hit that target with the story and characters, they definitely shot for the moon and landed among the stars, if you will. Very good game, and a good pickup at $24.88. Last game on today's list is certainly not least. Star Ocean: The Second Story R is a remake of the original PS1 game, Star Ocean: The Second Story, but redone in that HD 2D art style we spoke on earlier with Octopath Traveler 2. It's full of visual splendor and also an absolute joy to play. A great pickup at $29.99 if you're into that more retro style video game. While this was the last game on today's list, I do hope y'all will let me know which of these games you found interesting and might consider picking up for the holidays. Hope y'all had a good Thanksgiving, and consider subscribing if you'd like to see more of my stuff. Thanks.